Wow, people actually live surrounded by all this ice. Today, we're visiting villages surrounded by ice. Up here, winter completely redesigns the neighborhood. Imagine finding icebergs outside your front door. And somehow, everyday life simply carries on. Snow removal is definitely not optional here. Yet these communities have adapted to the Arctic. From above, the scale becomes absolutely incredible. Let's begin where Greenland meets the frozen sea. Wow! Ittoqqortoormiit looks impossibly small against the Arctic. This tiny settlement sits on Greenland's remote east coast. Step outside, and the wilderness feels absolutely enormous. Still, daily life keeps moving through the cold. Morning surprise. The walkway has disappeared again. Sea ice transforms the coastline with every season. Living here means adapting to the Arctic rhythm. From above, those colorful houses almost disappear. Wow! Yet people turned this wilderness into a community. Next, Greenland gives us icebergs on a gigantic scale. Wow! Ilulissat has icebergs bigger than entire neighborhoods. Ilulissat sits beside a spectacular iceberg-filled fjord. Up close, these icebergs feel absolutely enormous. Imagine having an iceberg as your morning view. The sea remains part of everyday life here. The neighborhood decorations are slightly larger than usual. And the ice just keeps going beyond the horizon. People built a vibrant community beside this frozen world. From up here, Ilulissat looks almost unreal.
Wow!
Next, we head even farther north to Svalbard. Wow! Longyearbyen sits deep inside the Arctic wilderness. Yet daily life looks surprisingly familiar up here. People work, shop, and build lives in the snow. Here, dressing lightly is a very seasonal concept. Snow, mountains, and sea surround the entire settlement. Living here means learning the Arctic's rhythm. People made this frozen valley feel remarkably alive. Next, Greenland gives us a mountain you won't forget. Wow! Umanak has one unforgettable mountain backdrop. The village sits beneath a towering Arctic mountain. Around here, the mountain is impossible to ignore. Still, ordinary life fills these colorful streets. Finding the village landmark is probably pretty easy. Ice completely transforms the water around the island. Living here means moving with the Arctic seasons. Then you climb above town, and wow! People made this frozen island feel wonderfully alive. Next, another colorful village waits between ice and mountains. Wow! Tasiilaq is wrapped in mountains and ice. Jagged mountains rise around this colorful Arctic settlement. Between these peaks, everyday life keeps moving. The fjord remains part of daily life here. Here, snow definitely knows how to make an entrance. Floating ice can completely change the view overnight. People bring warmth to this enormous frozen landscape. Then you clear the ridge, and wow! Somehow, this wild coastline became a beautiful home. Next, Norway puts a village beneath giant snowy peaks. Wow! Rain looks almost too beautiful to be real. Here, snowy mountains rise straight from the sea. Even the waterfront comes with giant mountains. The mountains clearly won the size competition. Still, life here feels wonderfully warm and familiar. Then you climb above rain, and wow! People made this dramatic coastline feel like home. And one final frozen village is waiting for us. Wow, this village feels completely surrounded by ice. Ice seems to fill every direction you look. But for residents, this is simply home. Winter clearly has no respect for doorsteps. Every frozen village found its own rhythm. And adaptation turns extreme places into communities. That might be the real wonder of the Arctic. Subscribe for more extraordinary places around our world. Next, we leave the ice and enter the canyons. Next up, villages hidden in canyons.